Gas prices will be watched with an eagle eye ahead of the Labor Day weekend, and the price at the pump is as much a national issue now as it ever was. With that in mind, we're looking at last week's GOP presidential debate. The candidates slammed President Biden's clean energy policies and Bidenomics more widely as being part of the problem. So who do we blame this time? The current administration, OPEC, Russia? Well, Yahoo Finance's Ines Ferre has some insight. Ines, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, Rochelle. Well, first off, gasoline and diesel prices, those are expected to rise over the next week. Just taking a look at where we're at with the national average, what the price of retail gasoline is at, it's at $3.82. That's a national average, but market watchers are expecting it to increase 5 to 10 cents in the next week. You've got diesel prices that are at $4.38 on a national average, and that's up from a month ago. That was at $3.97. Why is this important? Well, not only does this impact consumers, this also can have an impact, of course, on inflation going forward. Even Dollar Tree last week had noted a rise in diesel prices. It wasn't just a sales mix and their shrinkage issue. They also had noted that diesel prices were rising. So we have seen this on the rise. Now, we do have weather events that are impacting some of these prices as well. We had the hurricane or tropical storm in Southern California. We also have the Hurricane Idalia. That's expected to go into Florida. And that's not supposed to impact too much Florida because it's bypassing the refineries. However, it could impact tanker traffic going into Florida. The big thing to talk about, of course, is oil supply, because you've got OPEC plus cuts. And though the production numbers aren't as bad as the headline numbers are, so for example, Russia was voluntarily going to reduce its production by 500,000 barrels a day in August, but only is doing so by 300,000. So no surprise there, because you're seeing oil prices go higher, and Russia does need that money to fund its war. As far as the U.S. administration and what it's trying to do for oil prices, well, the U.S. wants to bring those oil prices down because, of course, we are going into an election year as well. There is some talk about talking with Venezuela to ease sanctions there, also negotiating a nuclear program with Iran. We have heard talks about this before, and you can see on our Wi-Fi Interactive, you've got WTI at $80 a barrel right now. Brent crude is at $85 a barrel. Andy Lippo from Lippo Oil Associates thinks that Saudi Arabia is going to try everything possible to keep this around $90 a barrel, Brent crude at 90 a barrel. So you've got a lot of sort of different forces going on here as far as these oil prices are concerned. But the bottom line is that the higher the oil prices, the more impact this will have on energy costs, and this is not good for inflation.
Excellent breakdown there. Yahoo Finance's own Ines Ferre. Thanks so much, Ines.